Hello my dear children, I welcome you all to today's session of online class of Sri Gokulam Public School Guruvayur. Children, we were dealing with the chapter 6, that is staffing. We already discussed two of the important process of staffing, that is recruitment and selection. Today we will discuss equally important process of staffing, that is training. Before that, let us see what are the topics we have to discuss in today's class. Today we will see the concept of training. Then we will learn about the importance of training. Next is methods of training. There are two types of training method, on-the-job method and off-the-job method. Then we will see the difference between on-the-job training and off-the-job training. So now let us proceed with the class. The first thing which you have to know is what is training. Training and development is an attempt to improve the current or future performance of employees by increasing their ability to perform through learning, usually by changing the employee's attitude or increasing their skills and knowledge. So it is through training that employees improve their future as well as current performance. And for that, in the form when we are giving training to the employees, through that training we are changing the employees' attitude as well as we are increasing their skills and knowledge. In today's highly sophisticated and complex society, as job has become more complex, the importance of employees' training has increased. So if we check today's business environment, we can know that how sophisticated and complex the society is. So to overcome the employee training is much required to get acquired with such sophisticated and complex societies. Now let us discuss about the importance of training and development. Importance of training from organization's point of view as well as from the employee's point of view. First of all, we will discuss about importance of training to the organization. The first importance of training to the organization is training is a systematic learning, always better than hit and trial methods which lead to wastage of efforts and money. Children, if a company is using hit and trial method, it lead to wastage of effort and money of the organization. So to overcome such wastage of effort and money, the good choice is training of the employee. So through training employee, we are going for a systematic learning, thus reducing the wastage of efforts and money which is there in hit and trial methods. The second importance of training to the organization is it increases or it enhances employees' productivity both in terms of quantitative and qualitative, which leads to higher profit. So through training, the employees are increasing their productivity in terms of quality and quantity, and they will show a higher profit which is good for the organization. It equips future managers who can take over in case of emergency. So through training, we are giving them enough practice so that whenever there is in future there is in emergency, we need to fill any vacant places, we can make use of these employees who have been given sufficient training. Okay. Next is it reduces absenteeism and employee turnover by increasing employee morale. So through training, we have equipped the employee, and now he is confident enough in any situation he is ready to work. So that confidence reduces the absenteeism and employee turnover. Okay. Next is it helps in obtaining an effective response to a fast changing environment, technological as well as economic environment. So when we are giving training to the employee, we are making them adaptive. That is, they can adapt themselves with the fast changing environment. These are the advantages, we can say, importance of training to the from the organization's point of view. Now for the employees, what is the benefit or importance of training? It improves skills and knowledge of the employee, which helps in promotion and career growth. So for employee who have, after the training, they have improved their skills and knowledge, so they are ready for the which will help them in future for promotion and career growth also. Increases performance of the employees, helps to earn more. So more that is after training, that employee performance will increase. Both qualitative and quantitative performance will increase, and with increase in his performance he can earn more. It makes the employees more efficient to handle machines, thus less prone to accidents. So through training he gets equipped with the machines. So while handling the machines he will be conscious enough, and there will be less prone to accidents also. It increases the satisfaction and morale of the employees. So as after the training the employee is confident enough to handle the machines, to handle the situations, he is well known to the working conditions and all that. So he will have a satisfaction to that work, and his morale will also increase. So these are the importance of training to the employees. Now there are methods of training. There are two methods of training. The first one is on the job method, and the second one is off the job methods. On the job method refer to the method that are applied to the workplace while the employees is actually working. So while that is, it means learning while doing. So they are actually working and learning. Okay. So while doing the work they are learning. So that is one method of training, that is on the job method. And under this method there are different types of training, that is induction training, apprenticeship training, internship training, versatile training. Other training methods are coaching and job rotation. Next is the off the job training method. Off the job methods are used away from the workplace. It means learning before doing. So you have to learn first and then you have to work on that. Okay. After learning only you can come back to the work. So under that these are the different types: lectures and conference, films, case study, computer modeling, program instruction. These are the examples related to off the job methods. On the job training methods, now let us discuss each of these examples. Induction training. It means introducing the selected employees to other employees and familiarizing them with the rules and policy of the organization. So we are making familiar the employees, selected employees, we are introducing him, we are making familiar the working condition, the workplace, the other employees, as well as with the rules and policies of the organization. So we are introducing these employees, okay, the selected employee. Next is the apprenticeship training. Here under this type of training, you know that plumbers and electricians come under this, they go for apprenticeship training. Under this, the trainee, he will be working under the guidance of a master and for a prescribed period of time. Okay, so he will learn the skill by working under the guidance of the his master. Next is internship training. It is a practical training of theoretical knowledge. So a person has the theoretical knowledge, but now he is acquiring the practical knowledge through training. So selected candidates carry on regular studies and also work in some factory or office to acquire practical knowledge. So here the candidate, they are studying as well as working in some factory or office, and they are acquiring the practical knowledge. The best example to quote here is the CA, that is chartered accountant. The students who are studying the chartered accountant courses, they have a internship training also. In this time period they will study under the chartered accountant and they will work in some office and acquire the practical knowledge. Next is versatile training. This training is given with the help of equipment and machines similar to those at the workplace, but the training is conducted away from the actual work floor. It is used where the employees are required to handle sophisticated machinery. So when the employees have to handle sophisticated machines, it is not practical to make use of this type of machine and train the employees. So equipment and machine which is similar to those of the workplace, on that the training is given to the employee. Okay. Next type is coaching. You may have heard about the word coach and counselor during so this coach or counselor, they gives guidance to the trainees, and through that the trainee acquired the skill or knowledge about the work. Okay, so we know that in sports also we have coaches. So this coach, they give training to the candidate, okay, to improve their skills. So coaching is learning through on the job experience under the guidance of a superior known as coach during the training period. Next is job rotation. Job rotation involves movement of an employee from one department to another for a specified period. So the job rotation means the employee, he is working in one department for some specified time period, and he will be shifted to some other department, and there he will work for a specified period. So in this way he is getting acquired or skilled in each of the work being conducted in that organization. Okay, so this is all examples of on the job method of training. Now let us discuss the off the job training method. Classroom lectures and conferences. The lectures or conferences approach is well adapted to convey specific information, rules, procedure or methods. The use of audio, visual or demonstrations can often make a formal classroom presentation more interesting for clarifying more difficult points. So there are some training which cannot be practically done. For that, classroom lectures are given. Okay, so some rules, procedures and methods and are conveyed in the form of information, as well as audio visual demonstrations are also presented to the candidate, and the points are clarified in this through lecturings. Then films. It can provide information and demonstrate skills that are easily presented by other, which cannot be easily presented by other techniques. So through showing the films, the informations and demonstrations are exhibited. Next is case studies. So taken from actual experience of the organization, case studies represent attempt to describe as accurately as possible real problems that manager have faced. So all the cases which the managers, all the problems which the managers have come across, and the solution, how the managers find the solution for that problem, it is also registered. So this case study will be practiced, that is actual experience of that managers will be taught to the in the form of case study, will be as a training will be given to the employees or candidates. Next is computer modeling. It stimulates the work environment by programming a computer to imitate some of the realities of the job, which allow learning to take place without the risk or high cost that would be incurred if a mistake was made in the real life situation. So that through computer we are making that person or trainee to learn. Okay, so that if it is highly risky job or highly costly, it is very high cost to train the employee directly. So we can make use of computer model, and through that model that person can learn the way of doing that work. The fifth type of training is the programmed instructions. In this method incorporates pre-arranged and proposed acquisition of some specific skills or general knowledge. Information is broken into meaningful units, and these units are arranged in a proper way to form a logical and sequential learning package. So children, the material to be learned is given as a package. So after learning one set of package, then only the next level of learning package will appear. So it is like playing a game. When your one level is over, you move to the higher level of the game. So same way, when one package of learning is over, then only the other package will appear. So unless and until you finish the package, one level of package, then only the next package will appear. So that is one form of training related to off the training method. Now let us discuss on the job training and off the job training differences. So meaning, as you know, trainees, in case of on the job training, trainees learn while they are engaged in performing their job. So while doing, they are learning. And in case of off the job training, trainees learn and develop skills without engaging in actual job performance. So they are not learning at the place of work, but they are learning before and then performing. Next is training places. Training is provided at the workplace itself, and here in case of the job training, training is provided away from the workplace. Now training environment. Training environment consists of actual workplace situations and tools itself. But training here in this case, training environment is different from the actual work situations. Resource persons for providing training are concerned superiors, and resource persons for providing training are the experts in the field. Training objective is to provide vocational efficiency, and here in case of the job training, training objective is to inculcate ideas and concepts. So these are the difference between on the job training and off the job training. Children, we are about to finish or conclude our class for today. Today we had discussed the concept of training, importance of training from employees' point of view as well as from organization's point of view. We saw the methods of training, that is on the job training and off the job training method. We saw the difference between on the job training and off the job training. You have to read the textbook which is covering this point. We will discuss a new chapter in the coming session of our class. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.